This morning, Vice President J.D. Vance spoke to freedom lovers from all over the world who are gathering in Washington, D.C. for the International Religious Freedom Summit. NTD's Melina Weisskopf brings us more.
Vice President J.D. Vance addressed the International Religious Freedom Summit with the message of how America was founded. He said this nation was founded on moral principles and said that the Trump administration is dedicated to solidifying and promoting religious freedom at home and abroad. Here's J.D. Vance earlier today.
In America, our founding fathers rightly recognized this, listing freedom of religion first among the liberties enshrined in our great Constitution. Before he was elected president, John Adams, who was the first vice president, I might add, observed that politicians, quote, may plan and speculate for liberty, but it is religion and morality alone which can establish the principles upon which freedom can securely stand.
Some participants tell me they'd like to see the Trump administration impose sanctions on officials that violate religious freedoms in countries all over the world. Others tell me they'd like to see the Trump administration reenact the Abraham Accords to bring peace to the Middle East.
To maintain peace, stability in the Middle East and entire world, we need to go back to our source, our father Abraham. And then Muslim, Christians, and Jews are from the same family.
Others shared with me the urgency of rooting out communism as a major step to promoting freedom of belief.
Communism usually first goes for religion, and they want to abolish religion so that people don't have anything to believe in, and they try to strip that away as one of the first things under a communist regime.
And we heard a similar message from a group of students for Falun Gong, representing a spiritual group that's undergone persecution by the Chinese Communist Party for the past 25 years.
Dictator Jiang Zemin at that time saw the practice and its spiritual teachings as a threat to the communist rule, and so they ordered a crackdown on it in July 20th, 1999.
And they tell me that the persecution of this faith is now happening here at home, with media outlets spreading misinformation that mimics that of the Chinese regime.
Fact check everything that's coming out about Falun Gong, because what scares me and what is the most chilling is we've seen the exact same media misinformation talking points happen in China before the persecution began 25 years ago.
One view that we bring to this conference and to a discussion, particularly about prisoners of conscience or people who are imprisoned for their faith, is that we can resist.
The International Religious Freedom Summit group has already laid out a 7-page approach that they'd like to see the Trump administration take to be able to promote religious freedom at home and abroad. For example, they'd like to see Trump leverage foreign aid to be able to promote that religious freedom, as well as continue to provide aid for those who are persecuted abroad. Reporting from Washington, D.C., Melina Weisskopf, NTD News.